Hello and welcome to the Exotic Trash Podcast. I'm your host, Joey Simcoe.
I'm
and
your
this
co-host, Jim Skidmore.
Okay, so Jimmy. So, I've been doing this with you guys for over a year now, and I still don't know your name. So you're Jimmy.
That's Jim.
Jim? Okay, get rid of the me. Jim.
Not Jim. It's a Jimmy.
What do you mean you don't know our names?
I mean,
I've been to your house. I was the best man in your wedding.
I met your mother.
Who
I
are
met
you?
your father.
Who?
It says
What?
up there in the box.
I can't read that. Introduce yourselves, please.
Evan.
Oh wow.
Evan.
Well, I was here first, so.
All right, I'm Timo.
Timo. All right.
How do you spell that?
Is that Timo?
Timo.
Okay.
Jim, do you have cooking supplies on your wall?
I do. It's a fork and a spoon.
Interesting.
That's actually my
today
roommate's.
on this episode of Exotic Trash, we're going to be talking
the
about
thing I got
childhood
spanked by.
cartoons.
When I was a child.
Yeah,
Yes,
did you
cartoons.
get a switch every now and then?
Cartoons. Yes.
Got hit by a switch, eh?
I got hit by a big spoon.
Really? It's pretty large, but it's
Yeah.
made of plastic. It's not great for
Oh
hitting.
no, the one I got spanked with was wood.
Oh, it's a little bit of a harder material.
Well,
yeah.
speaking of childhood, we're going to be talking about childhood cartoons
Oh,
today.
cartoons!
Beat with
Not
like
if
a-
you were abused or not as a
Like
child.
a chain.
That would be an interesting topic too, though.
Did we get beat as children? That's a good topic for another
Very
day.
To
controversial.
an extent, I
episode.
feel like you should.
So, let's hear some opening remarks about what you guys thought about the cartoons you watched growing up.
I thought
Way
they were
better
pretty
than
good.
the one- Way better than the ones today.
Wow, Jimmy, that was really fucking insightful.
Well, okay. I have a major issue with modern cartoons.
I feel like the thing with the
No, that's fair. I think that
Because-
modern cartoons are really stupid.
The art style is lazy
Yeah.
and it's not interesting, and they just use it to like give a political message.
Well, you see, the difference between modern cartoons and cartoons from when we were kids is that cartoons when we were kids were actually hand drawn, but nowadays they're actually animated on a computer.
Well, not all of them were hand drawn. We weren't born in the fucking 60s. It's not like
No, you'd be surprised which cartoons were hand drawn. It's basically all of
You
them.
know a cartoon that is hand drawn?
Yeah,
The Venture Bros.
that's not what we're talking about. That's an adult cartoon.
Yes, but it's based on cartoons.
based on cartoons.
Well, wait a minute. Our adult
It's
cartoons.
based on-
Wait a minute. We've already done a cartoons episode.
We
Yes,
did an
but we're
adult
doing
cartoons
childhood
episode. We're doing
cartoons.
children's cartoons. this
Oh,
time.
I
was
really
a
liked
fucking
Courage the
idiot.
Cowardly Dog.
That
That's
was
a
a
good
good
one.
show.
And that was hand drawn.
It scared me.
I also liked, Adventure Time, right, is kind of a newer cartoon, but I
Yeah.
still really enjoyed it. I thought it was
No,
pretty
it's
good.
It's good.
Yeah, I also really
I-
liked Adventure Time.
I've
Wait a
never
second.
seen Adventure Time.
It's not. I mean, I'm not like offended by
Oh.
that. Like, you know how sometimes someone says something and we're all like,
Yeah.
ah, like Adventure Time is okay. I'd watch it again. It's not as good as regular show.
The one thing that I loved, it
It's
was by the
anything
same
but.
guy who made Adventure Time. It was the Midnight Gospel that came out last
Mm,
year. I thought that was really good, but I haven't seen
Watch
Adventure
that.
Time. So
Well,
I
we also
mean,
have to
like,
account. Tim's like a year younger than us.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
So-
actually, he's
So he
like
has a
2
snake.
years younger than me.
Yeah, I'm like
Jimmy,
a year younger
I'm-
than Joey.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
I'm not even a full year younger than you.
You're like 11 months. 11 months is a big
Tim's an
time.
adult now.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Tim, I don't know why I'm able to accept that Joey's a year older than me. I don't know why you always get so offended when
Because
say that
because you
you're-
always act as if that year means that I'm like an infant compared
Well,
to
no,
you.
but it
Well,
does.
it's true.
You
You
just
are
said-
inferior.
You
it-
just said that I wouldn't know the cartoons that you guys watched because I'm 1 year younger than
I
you.
didn't
Yeah,
say
you
you
wouldn't
wouldn't
get
know
it.
them. I said
Well,
you'd
no.
watch different ones.
So
I mean, would I have though?
I think so. I've never seen that one you were talking about.
That came out last year. That wasn't. A
Yeah, but
cartoon.
I'm old enough that I don't watch cartoons anymore.
that's
You don't
bullshit.
watch Rick and
That's
Morty.
bullshit.
I actually haven't. I'll be honest. I think Rick and Morty is overhyped.
Jimmy, don't lie. You just talked about the Venture Bros. First off,
I
you
like
did
the
watch
Venture Bros.
cartoons.
That's
I
basic
enjoy the
also-
Venture
cartoon.
Bros. That
So-
Venture Bros is not a cartoon. It's more like a spiritual awakening.
So I have some questions for you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
to answer, and I got a feeling these are some pretty good questions. So why do
Wow. Okay. Did you
Yeah.
write them? Like
Yeah.
what the
I did
hell was
I
that?
did I did write these questions.
He's like, yeah, pretty good. I put some effort into these bad boys.
No, I really
Joey an
did.
hour ago was like,
Okay.
good questions about.
Cartoons.
So, okay, why do some shows like SpongeBob tend to last longer than other shows like such as Adventure
Nothing.
Time, or in the case of sticking in with Nickelodeon, Jimmy Neutron? So what do you think appeals
Well, I
to
mean,
kids in these
first off, you say things like Adventure Time don't last as long, but
Adventure Time got,
Adventure
like,
Time
10
went on for like
seasons.
10 years.
It just
was on
ran out
for
of
a long
material.
time, Yeah.
The
But
thing
now
with
why is
But like with
SpongeBob able to still
SpongeBob and
keep
stuff,
going?
a lot of their plots are kind of like outrageous and like nonsensical, so they can just come up with more random.
yeah, I'm
stuff to do.
gonna go further and say
Also,
that SpongeBob doesn't have a plot.
isn't good anymore. SpongeBob isn't funny anymore.
Well, it's not. It's not.
They
it's
ran
not-
out of ideas, but they keep it going because it was beloved back when it was good.
Yeah, that's
But
what I was gonna
it's
say.
still running is what I'm trying to get across.
Yeah.
It's
So
the
what do you
same-
think? What do you think about these shows that tend to last a lot longer than
Well,
these
here-
other shows?
It depends.
They
What
get
do you think
shitty.
they appeal more
Yeah,
to children
I
with?
think shows that have a planned ending, like shows that know when their
Mm-hmm.
ending's gonna be, and they plan it out before like the whole show.
like Avatar.
or
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
or yeah, it's
One of
so
the
much
best
better.
childhood cartoons.
Yeah, and
ever.
you can even tell because they ruined Avatar with Legend of Korra.
You're
Korra,
right.
Yeah, Korra's awful.
So when they try to bring things back or when they force a plot line, the reason SpongeBob can kind of get away with forcing a plot line is because there was no real plot anyway. SpongeBob never did like the most plot we got was like insight, like, oh, this is what SpongeBob's house looks like.
It's like
That's it.
There's no character development. It's just SpongeBob
Yeah.
in his house.
Yeah.
in
And you
his
got to remember,
house.
SpongeBob doesn't have like any themes that it's trying to get. It's not really trying to teach you
Yeah.
anything.
All right.
It's just entertainment.
It's just non-substantial.
Now this goes into my next question really well. So why do you think adult themed TV shows that also tend to not have a plot per episode tend to last longer than these children's cartoons?
Because with adult cartoons, they can move on and do more like topical subjects as time goes on, but little kids don't understand things that are going on as much. So like with adult cartoons, they
So you're
can-
saying children are ignorant?
No, I'm just saying that like there's a lot more things that people can incorporate into shows for adults. But with kids, there's like a limited range.
So you're
You know-
saying that children do not pick up on as many themes as adults do because of their
No,
less
but what
developed
I'm
brains.
saying is like I don't know, like making fun of like celebrities
gonna-
and politics. Kids don't get that
No, but I
Now,
don't think that's
why
why
do
they're
you think
popular.
they don't?
because they're kids. They haven't started learning about that.
Jimmy, when you were on the playground, were you like, oh well, the GOP?
Yeah. The recent economic crisis has really affected my stocks.
Yeah.
No, personally, I think adult TV shows don't do well, or adult cartoon TV shows don't do well because they're good, because most of them are mediocre at best. I think they do well because the generation of people that really enjoyed cartoons, all the way back to the original cartoons, just kind of feels reminiscent when they watch an adult cartoon. They feel reminiscent of when they were a kid watching a cartoon. So even though a lot of the stuff that happens in an adult cartoon could be done by actual people, it's kind of more fun to watch it animated because it kind of reminds
That's
you of if
true.
you were watching a cartoon as a kid.
Can I say
That's
this?
fair.
I think we grew up in the best time for cartoons.
I honestly think the Tom and Jerry period was better.
Tom and Jerry was one of my
You're right,
favorite
Tom and Jerry
cartoons growing
period was
up.
pretty
So
I loved it.
here's what I have to say. Here's why I think adult themed cartoons tend to last longer than children themed cartoons. Just looking at the audience size, because children themed you're technically considered not a child once you turn 18. And the amount of people that are over the age of 18 is a
It's pretty
lot
high.
higher than the amount of people that are under the age of 18.
Is that true?
Yes, of course it is.
I'm gonna
Prove it.
do a fact check. Yeah.
It's math. It's basic math. Do
Math?
do a Google search.
I will.
But yeah, looking into that, like just the audience size, that puts insight into like, oh yeah, this is why this cartoon has lasted so much longer than this cartoon, because the audience size is just smaller for this one. And every cartoon,
Actually, it's pretty close.
yeah, but which is
Fuck you,
bigger?
Joey.
In 2010, the last census,
Okay.
in the United States, there was 74.2 million people under the age of 18.
That's not a lot. There's 300 million people in the United States.
But people from ages 18 to 44, which is what would make up most of those viewers.
Well,
adult
not
cartoons.
necessarily, because also senior citizens like to watch adult cartoons.
I really
as well.
don't think they do.
They do.
I really
Imagine-
don't think that you're
Imagine
gonna
some
find.
90-year-old woman laying there watching like Family
Yeah,
Guy.
I really don't think most people over 60 watch like Rick
no,
and Morty.
people over 60 definitely watch shows like Family
Name
Guy and
3.
The
I
Simpsons.
bet there's some that do, but
My
not
grandparents?
a lot of them. My grandparents would hate some of the
All
stuff.
four of my
if she was still
grandparents?
alive and she saw Family Guy, she'd probably think the world has. She probably thought the world ended because she saw Grown Ups one time and she was appalled.
Okay, well,
I just- I-
that's like her opinion,
listen,
man.
All
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying
know.
here is I
She's
think
dead now,
that
so.
a liberal estimate is that 10% of the people over 60 watch adult cartoons. Like a very liberal estimate.
I could see if it would be bigger than 10%, but I definitely don't think that it's the majority.
What-
I
what
definitely
are
don't
we-
think it's over 50.
What are we
Yeah.
considering adult cartoons?
Like
Like
called cartoons that are rated TV 14 or TVMA.
Yeah, like Rick and
What is,
Morty,
like-
Family Guy, South Park.
because Clone Wars was
Big
on
Mouth.
Adult Swim.
It was what?
Clone Wars was on Adult Swim.
But that doesn't.
I mean, you could count that because with the blood and gore you actually do see in the Clone Wars, which
Yeah,
really
you-
isn't
you
that
get a lot of
often.
Yeah.
You get a surprising amount of it
I'm gonna
for
put it
what's
this way.
supposed to be a kid's cartoon.
For
Okay.
it to be like an adult cartoon, they're either gonna have to have said a really bad word or done a bit that involved a very heavy topic not suitable for
When
kids.
I watched regular show, they had an episode where he goes, "I'm pissed off." And
Yeah,
as a kid, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that's the first episode.
They
It is.
changed it too.
they changed it. They also changed the clone trooper in the first season of Clone Wars. Said, "What the hell was that?" And
Oh
then they
no, he
changed
still
it.
says what the hell
He
is
does
that?"
still say that.
Yeah, I actually rewatched the Clone Wars over winter break, and he does still say what the hell is
What
that?
the hell
Wait,
was
what did they
that?
change the "I'm pissed off" to?
I'm
I don't.
ticked off.
I think they just cut it.
I think they changed it to I'm ticked off.
It wasn't like an interest. I just remember hearing it. It wasn't integral to the plot. Benson's gonna be pissed, I think is what he said.
No, it's you've pissed me off.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think they say it twice.
actually,
Uh,
did you guys ever see the precursor to regular show?
Yeah.
The 9 a.m. and the p.m. or
Yeah.
something.
I did not.
It's like these guys drop acid in at their work.
Oh,
then they
They
turn
work at like a
into,
gas station.
Yeah, they turn into Mordecai and
I
Benson.
have-
Rigby.
No, they turn into
Benson.
Mordecai and Benson. Yeah, because
Benson.
it's the same voice actors.
Oh, okay. That
It's
makes
wild.
sense. So now my next question is, what changes do you see through the evolution of cartoons?
They've gotten worse.
Gotten so bad.
No,
They've gotten cheaper.
I'm talking. Let's start at the beginning
Well,
and work from there.
something that's happened more and more, and I don't know if it's true as much because I haven't watched as many current children's cartoons, but I noticed that as time went on, more and more shows like Jimmy was talking about with no real plot have come out.
Yeah.
And shows like cartoons used to follow a character and a storyline and build on that. Like you look at Avatar: The Last Airbender and the old Batman cartoons.
Okay, so what
all
about
those.
Bugs Bunny cartoons?
Yeah, he's talking the originals, but even in those, there is slight character development.
No, there's not.
Well, Tom and Jerry had character development.
And
No,
what is
it's
that?
just the two characters fucking with each
No,
other
no,
the
no.
entirety of the
The
episode.
last episode of Tom and Jerry, they're gonna kill
Yeah.
themselves.
That
Yeah,
they
that's
kill
what I'm saying.
themselves together.
Yeah.
So like they
That's-
do have
That's
a
not
character
really a
development.
plot or
Yeah, it is, because
character
they grew-
development.
If
They
you
grew
look at it,
closer through all of the.
and through the show, you actually learn by watching the episodes. I read about this. Tom and Jerry, right? The cat Tom doesn't want to catch Jerry. He doesn't
So
actually want to catch him.
So a
because it's
child
the
is going to
people in
pick
the
up on
house
this.
want him to catch
To
the
catch him,
mouse.
yeah. And
A
so he
child is going to pick up on this, is what you're saying.
I think so, because there's points where he catches Jerry, and he's got him dead to rights, but he lets him go because he wants to keep hunting him.
As a child, I never once thought, oh, hey, Tom is doing this shit on purpose. He's a bad cat.
If you were a kid and you saw him let go of Jerry, just
But
let
he
him go
didn't.
and run away.
Usually
did it in a
Butch the
couple
dog would
episodes.
interfere.
Yes, usually. But let's say you saw that happen. What would you think as a kid about Tom letting him go? Would you, now you wouldn't be very in depth, but you might think maybe they are friends.
No.
Why not?
Because
If
they
you-
beat
I
the shit out of
definitely
each other
picked
the
up-
whole episode.
I would
That
say
is
But
why.
they have
Yeah,
moments.
I would definitely say
What
if you
you're
couldn't
saying
pick
is
up on
that-
that as a child, then
Then you
most
don't-
certainly you got dropped, or you
I
were
was
just
gonna
born
say
with a
you must
naturally
not
low
really
IQ.
have much empathy to see somebody
Frankly,
letting them
any
go.
of those, perhaps maybe not even capable of learning at all.
No child's prefrontal cortex is going to be able to understand these themes that you're fucking describing right
You're
now.
telling me a kid can't
Earlier,
understand
you were
some of-
saying that they couldn't understand the things in
Because
adult
I was
cartoons.
fucking
You're
with you,
belittling
Timothy.
me.
Did you not see me
So
smiling?
you're telling me that as a child, if someone who's been fighting each other has the other one and then just lets them go, you're not at all going to think, hey, that's a little weird.
No.
You really, not at all.
That's a-
You're not.
Because
At,
they didn't just let them go. There's interference with the outside world that occurs in which the character lets the other character go.
There are a couple of circumstances where he just lets him go, though.
although I guess the bigger question here is,
couple.
what do you consider a child? Because I think like a 9 or 10-year-old would be able to pick up on that very easily.
You must have been smarter than I was when I was 9 or 10.
10's a pretty developed age.
You guys know 10-year-olds were born when the first Avengers movie came out?
Ooh, I
That's
don't like that.
absurd.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Never
very much.
say that to
Or-
me
I'm sorry,
again.
Nine. That was 9 years ago. But
I still don't like that because I was 10.
You were 10?
9 years ago? Yeah.
I was 11.
2012?
Well, yeah.
No, he keeps
Yeah.
going back to the fact that he's older than Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind not being that old.
Now, if
The
you look at a
gas station
Bugs
thinks I'm
Bunny
21.
cartoon and like other Looney Tunes, what plot development do you see in those?
So
Let's go to my graph.
well, do you remember Yosemite Sam?
Yeah, what about him?
He's a big Dixie supporter.
Okay.
And
That's
w-
a-
guys, wait.
That's a character
wait.
trait, not a plot.
I think
If
it's a
we're
plot.
gonna talk
That's
about
not a
Looney
plot.
Tunes, we
That's
have
a
to talk
character
about
trait.
the fact that Wabbit season is canon.
Yeah.
Wabbit season is technically a
Wabbit
childhood
season, yeah.
cartoon.
Well,
What is?
no, that has
Rabbit
adult
season?
themes in it. That would make it not
Which one's Wabbit season?
By
the one
Canyon?
that Meat Canyon did, where
That is not- what do you
where Bugs
mean?
Bunny is
They
a
claim-
closeted rapist.
Warner Brothers bought it and made it canon. They
They-
did.
No, they didn't.
No,
Yes,
they
they did.
bought
Look
it.
They
up.
didn't buy it. They
So
Look
they
it
claimed
up
bought
it.
the
right now.
property, which technically makes it canon.
They claimed it because it's copyright material.
So now it.
Now that actually
Did you
happened
not,
in the
did
Looney
you not
Tunes
hear about
universe.
this? Meat Canyon literally made a video about this.
I mean, that's not even my favorite Meat Canyon video.
Not the best.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So yeah, I think if we start at the beginning, well, I'll concede here, Joey. You're right. It's not major plot points. So cartoons started without a plot. They went forward about 40, 50 years, started making shows with a plot, went ahead about 20 years, stopped making shows with a plot again.
yeah. I think the thing about cartoons from when we were kids, and maybe even before that, is we can watch them now and still be like, yeah, that's pretty good. But if
Yeah.
we watch Teen Titans Go,
I
wanna
like
kill
Teen
myself.
Titans
You know
Go.
what? I also like Teen Titans Go.
I didn't hate
maybe
it.
I haven't.
I
Watched
didn't hate it either.
They've got
I
funny bits in there.
they do have some.
Okay, what about
funny
the new
bits.
Ben 10?
No,
Never
the only
watched
good
it.
Ben 10 was the original.
Yeah,
The original Ben 10
I don't
is
even
the
like the
only good
fucking
Ben
like
10.
sequel one.
I like them when they're teenagers.
I like the one where he's an adult.
Yeah. He's
That
like
was
60
Hey.
or something.
Did
I'm
you
not a
guys
kid
see that they're
anymore.
making a Clone High reboot?
I did see
Yes.
that. It got
Yes.
approved for 2 seasons.
I liked
Awesome
the original.
Clone-
I watched the original Clone High like 4 years ago, and I thought it was
Good.
great.
It's great.
I actually watched it on YouTube my first semester here at college.
When it was popular.
Yes.
Did you guys have you guys ever seen 16? It's a
The
show.
movie?
6, the number 6.
I know which one you're talking about, Joey. It's the same one I thought of, where he
I was
turns
like-
into an adult, but he's only 16.
No, I don't
There's a
know about
show
the
that I think it's
cartoon.
by the same people who made Total Drama Island.
That's
Oh wait,
that was
that was
pretty
a
yes,
good
yes,
show.
I do know what you're talking about.
Total
now.
Drama Island didn't really have a plot either, though. They
Yeah,
tried to
no.
make you think there was one by like eliminating a character every week, but there was no plot. They just got rid of a guy.
Yeah.
That was the
There's
plot.
character
All
development.
right, campers. Today we're going to literally throw these campers into a pit of lava. Whoever lives gets to go on
Move
to the
on
next
to the next
episode.
round
Have you
of
guys seen
Total
the newest
Drama
version of
Island.
Total Drama Island?
No, it's probably dumb.
They made another season?
There's
No, there's-
several seasons.
No,
Well,
there's
I know,
new
but like
show.
he just
There's
said there was a new one.
but everyone in the show is like toddlers and they're in preschool and Chef's the teacher and that's just the show.
That sounds amazing.
It's
Did you guys ever watch Tough Puppy?
Yes,
I did see some.
I
of
liked
it,
that
though.
I
show.
love that show because the main character of the show was the same name as my dog. So I was really able to relate to the show. I was like, yeah,
He was
that's,
like,
that's
"Yes,
my
that's
dog
my
out there.
dog, Of course.
That's my dog. And like they have the same color palette too. Almost.
I liked the cat.
is Tough Puppy the one?
Oh,
with
I
the
wonder why
dog
that is, Captain Amelia.
And he's like a
I just
spy
like
or
the
something?
cat, man.
I know
Treasure
why you
Planet.
like the cat.
Actually, there's another one. Animated movies that
Well,
are
that's
kid
not what we're
related.
talking about.
We're not-
talking about
yeah.
That's a kid's
cartoons.
Treasure
cartoon.
Island.
Yeah, but
Treasure Island. Treasure Planet, you goon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Treasure
yeah,
sorry.
Island's the
Treasure
book.
Treasure Island is the book.
Yeah.
The Muppet movie. The movie.
Dude, that's
I'm
one
sorry.
thing. The Muppets, I fucking hate.
Fuck you. The
The
Muppets are the
Muppets.
greatest thing that
The
ever happened
Muppets are
in
the,
the
dumbest
existence of
shit.
everything.
Jim
Fuck
Henson
you.
sucked.
Fuck you. Jim Henson is a goddamn god. I hope
No,
you
the
fucking
Muppets
die.
were awful.
I hope you fucking die.
When I went to Disney World, we tried to get into the Muppet 3D show, and we were almost there. And we were about to walk in, and they stopped us, and they said, "Sorry, the show's broken."
What do you mean the show's broke? Show's
But it's okay.
broke.
They
Go
give us
home.
they gave
So
us a
broke.
free fast pass to another ride, so it's okay.
Oh, that's,
that's
pretty
nice.
sick. They just have those? Are you telling me if I beat up a Disney ride employee,
Yes.
I can just
I don't-
steal a bunch of fast passes?
They just took my ticket and they just scanned it and they're like, "Yeah, you can go to any ride real quick."
I'm gonna. Ooh.
So,
we,
Terror Tower or whatever.
Tower of Terror. Yeah,
The
you
good
almost had it.
ones.
So
Yeah.
we did mention reboots just a little bit ago. So
They're awful.
no. So now my
All of
next
them
question
awful.
is
Well, except for the Godfather 2. That was better than
Godfather 2 was
that's
better
not a
than-
reboot, that's a
Yeah.
sequel.
Be cool.
So why do some shows get reboots or uncanceled? Like what do you think
Money.
qualifies
Powerpuff
a
Girls?
show
Just-
money.
for this reason?
Yes, money.
Because what always happens is the show doesn't do too well, they get canceled, and then people find it and love it and send letters and beg to bring it back, and then they're like, okay, we can make this show big now.
well,
so
And
once
then
they
they do
reboot
it and
it,
it's
and then
shit,
they-
and then they cancel it after they made their $100 million.
well, once show, like for example, Avatar got on Netflix and now it's getting a whole bunch of people. They're like thinking about making
Yeah.
sequels to it. So you're right. Once they get
I heard
popular.
they're actually thinking about doing like a actually good movie reboot.
I liked the Avatar movie.
They were
No, you didn't.
Jimmy.
I
stop
didn't
talking.
hate it.
We are not
Stop
talking
talking.
about the
Wait,
same
wait,
Avatar
wait.
movie.
Jimmy,
No.
Jimmy. Oh wait, is he talking about?
I'm talking about Avatar:
Jimmy
The Last
watched-
You better
Airbender.
be
I
Jimmy
like
shut
it.
watched
shut
the movie
fuck up.
first.
Jimmy watched the movie first.
And I didn't hate it.
Okay, but the movie, even if you haven't seen the show, is god awful.
Listen, the
It
show is
so
okay,
bad.
but the movie's not bad. I liked it.
Jimmy, you're just
Wait,
full
wait,
of bad
Did you
fucking
just say
opinions
the
tonight.
show
Listen,
is okay?
You guys are giving it. You're comparing it to the cartoon, and the cartoon is very good.
It's
The
great,
movie,
the
as a
best.
standalone movie, if you've never seen Avatar, it's like a B tier movie. It's not that good, but I'd probably
don't
watch
think
it.
it
E for
is.
bullshit.
I might watch it again.
They took points from season 1 of the show that have nothing
you're
to do
doing it.
with
No, you're
actually
doing it again.
leading to the ending.
You're using that movie based on having seen it previously. If you've never seen the TV show before
Okay,
you've seen
but
that movie,
What I'm
it's
trying to say
okay.
is the things that they took to add to it were things that aren't coherent with each other. Events just happened in a row in that movie, and then the ending happened.
Because you
There
can't
was
turn
no
a whole
story.
TV show into
Yeah,
a
but
movie.
you could formulate it into a smaller but still coherent story.
It was coherent. I understood what was happening.
You're a disgusting
It was
fucking
not
human being,
coherent.
James.
You guys just have such an odd boner for the cartoon
It's
that
so
when the movie
good.
is like,
It's not an odd
you're
boner.
so
It's a
pissed.
confident boner.
You're like, oh, you're telling me they forgot to put in character pee pee poo poo. I
No.
love when he goes to the theater or whatever dumb
Okay,
shit they were
the
doing.
acting was horrible too.
It was not that bad. Well,
Yes,
okay,
fucking
the
calling
kids were.
Aang
The kids were
Ong.
pretty bad. The kids were bad
But
actors.
mostly everybody is a kid.
I think they should have made it like The Rock. The Rock should have played Aang. And he
Aang.
just was like, he was just like,
11-year-old
I'm 110 years old.
The boulder feels conflicted about destroying the Fire Nation.
What were you gonna quote a meme there, Joe?
I was about to for a second, and I stopped myself.
The boulder feels conflicted.
Don't you
about
say it. Don't you fucking say it.
A young blind girl.
So,
No, the TV show Avatar is a TV show though.
Why am I shaking?
Is also, as someone who didn't see
Tim,
it as
take
like a
chill
young
pill.
man,
Take a deep breath, my man.
I don't think it was that good.
I disagree.
I think it was
All right,
okay. and
I'm
I'd watch
going
it
over
again.
to your school, and I'm going to.
I
Never mind. I'm not going to
Gotta-
admit to a serious crime on
I'm not going to
camera.
admit to a criminal offense.
I got so excited for a new episode of that show.
I did
every
like the one scene in Katara where they like metal
Korra.
bend fucking Korra, where they like metal bend mercury into her. I thought that was really dark.
Sure.
No, because they want to like put her in the Avatar state so they can kill her and end the Avatar.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen that, have you?
Well, they did stuff like that to Aang too.
Evan, we cannot hear you.
Evan, say something.
They didn't do anything like that to Aang.
Well, yeah, sort of. Evan, use your phone to join like you did that one time. All right, so
Oh,
now
God.
I have
Too biggie.
another question for you. So, why has a show like SpongeBob been able to last
You already
so
said this
long
one.
on air? No, that was a different question. This is a different
And these
question.
are some shitty questions. You're asking the same question for
No,
two
I'm not.
separate questions.
No.
All right. Well, SpongeBob was
In
able to
the
stay on so long
particular
because
case
of money.
SpongeBob.
Money. It became Nickelodeon's flagship show, so they just won't let
The
it
thing
die.
that's sad about SpongeBob is that
And Nickelodeon.
SpongeBob was supposed to end after the 3rd season, I believe, because Steven Hillenburg, the original creator and writer, left.
Rest his
But
soul.
they kept doing it after him, and once he was gone, it kind of lost that touch, but it was still kind of recognizable and nostalgic, and it was always kind of more of a mature kids cartoon, so people love it either way. So
Yeah,
it's
it
been able
was.
to keep
Mature
going just out of
kids.
It was not a
nostalgia.
mature kids cartoon.
They
I
make
watched
some
that when I
mature
was 5.
references.
You lying
I mean,
sack
I
of
watched it when I
shit.
was so little too, but there are hidden jokes in there that are.
Well, yeah, but that's part of the fun. Every single kids cartoon thing has hidden
I know
jokes.
that's what I'm saying though, is it's been able to go on so long because more than just kids can watch it and enjoy it.
Okay.
I think it's
Alright.
more along the lines of I can watch it with my kids and not hate it.
That's the same thing as what I just said.
No, because like
Evan,
right
can you
now,
say
I
something?
wouldn't go watch it.
Hello?
Like I would never go watch
Alright, there you
SpongeBob right now. But I would, if I had kids that needed to be entertained and I didn't want to deal with them, I could turn SpongeBob on and have it on in the background, and it would be tolerable. So it's not
You
that
can
they
turn-
like it; it's just that
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
You can turn Family Guy on and kids would watch it.
Yeah,
yeah,
kids
but
will watch anything.
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
You shouldn't. But
I just want to
I
say
mean,
this. I've been
some
watching
of the
South Park since I
earlier-
came out the womb.
Yeah, I've been watching Family Guy and South Park
My mother
since
had
I
it
was a
on.
little kid.
Well, my parents had me
I
in college,
consider
and that was the
Family Guy a
popular
kid
show
dude,
at the
I
time.
used to be entertained by like the shopping channel where they would advertise things.
I actually was too. I liked when they would sell
Yeah, I
things.
also
I'd be
liked
like, I
that.
need this ladder. Like, I
I-
need this fucking ladder.
I would sit
I
there
need
and
these
watch
fucking
fucking
knives,
infomercials
dude.
like it was my job.
Yeah.
Billy Mays here with his special TV offer. Yes,
The
Billy, sell
super
me shit.
cutter?
Sell me
What?
shit, Billy.
The slap chop? You tell me I just tap the top of this and it cuts it up? Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
So
what was the name of that rag?
the ShamWow?
The Shamu, right? Sham.
ShamWow.
ShamWow.
ShamWow. Yeah.
I
So
said
Special
Shamu.
TV offer.
that's the whale. at
It's a whale.
SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Didn't they kill Shamu? Isn't Shamu dead?
Didn't they make a movie about it?
Well,
They made
that's a different
pretty
topic
good
for a
trackers.
different episode. We can
All right,
actually
yeah, next question.
Wait,
so-
I wasn't able to talk when Jimmy
That's
was
fair.
telling us about how Korra had good scenes.
Yeah.
No,
I
Korra.
like that metal bending scene. I thought it was okay.
Korra.
I also like when they
Korra
do
was
the
not
flashbacks.
the worst show ever made.
The flashbacks to
Korra
like
Korra was not a bad,
And-
horrible
no,
show.
I wasn't able
But
to
it
talk
just
when he said the
was
fucking
not
live
near the
action
same
movie
level
was
as
good.
Avatar.
the live action movie wasn't bad. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
it was.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not
eh?
talking about
what are you
this
Canadian?
anymore.
Piss
Yeah,
off.
I went
Yes,
up a little more north, or actually, I
Jimmy
guess I
kick
went
or
south.
Joey
didn't
kick
I?
him. Joey kick him.
Kick him from the chat. That'd be
Kicking
fun.
from the chat.
Kick him out.
So the last question I'm going to ask, and I just want a quick run through, with The Simpsons looking at their 32nd season this year, what do you think?
30?
I
30
don't like
seconds.
The Simpsons.
So what do you think this has to do with like the future of children's cartoons as well? Like, do you think SpongeBob and like other shows are going to be
SpongeBob's
able to
over.
last that long, or do
I
you
don't
think?
think that the other shows
Nah.
are gonna go that long just because they don't want to. I feel like The Simpsons' goal is to be the longest running TV show. And
Yeah.
so they're just gonna keep
SpongeBob's over.
pumping
Well, I
out
mean, it's going to
episodes
be
even
hard
though
to
they're
beat
not good
General
anymore.
Hospital with fucking 52 seasons.
Yeah.
I don't think
genuinely.
so. I think they'll get it done.
SpongeBob is over. It's done.
SpongeBob
It's not.
ended, yeah.
It's not over.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
they
is.
occasionally make like an episode every now and then, but like in terms of like seasons and episodes regularly coming out, they don't do it anymore.
Good.
They ended like
Exactly.
or 2
Steven
years
Hilberg
ago.
wanted that.
Yeah, he did. He wanted the show to end a lot.
He
earlier.
wanted the
Oh.
show to end after the first movie.
I
Damn,
actually
could
like
you imagine that?
The first
first
movie was
SpongeBob
good.
movie a
The
lot.
first SpongeBob movie was so good.
I would
That
watch
was one
that
of my
movie again
favorite
as an adult.
kids
I
movies.
honestly love that movie. All right, so since we're coming close on time now, let's hear some closing remarks, I guess.
Well, I guess all things considered, it's not bad. I like kids cartoons. They're not awful.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I would watch more
That's
kids
how you would
cartoons.
phrase that.
Well, listen, man, I'm having a bit of a difficulty here. I got a greasy Italian man knocking on my door.
You can't say
what
that.
I see.
What?
Whoa,
No, he's all right with
You
it, right?
definitely cannot say
Hey.
that. Oh, that makes it okay now.
But yeah, final comments. I would watch more kids cartoons. I think the new ones are shit. I think they're pushing a political agenda, and also the animation is garbage. Old kids cartoons, still kids cartoons, but they got a special place in my heart because I'm biased.
In terms of my closing
gone.
remarks, I think
He's gone forever.
a lot of times there will, like, even now when there's like a lot of bad cartoons, every once in a while there's one new one that comes and just shines through and saves kids cartoons. And like, even when we go through these stages where there's like rough stuff, it always fluctuates back and forth between whether the current cartoons are good or bad. So we just have to see what happens. I mean, a show that I really got into was Gravity Falls.
Gravity
And I
Falls
would
is good.
consider that a newer cartoon, and I loved it.
Well, yeah, it
Because-
came out like in
Like
middle school?
2012, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
something
middle
like
school.
that. Yeah.
But like, I just think as long as people keep coming up with these newer original ideas and bringing them in, I think it'll be fine.
Evan.
Uh, I agree. I think every once in a while there's people who remember how shows used to be and they want to make a show and they do a
Yeah.
good job at it. But like, are we gonna have more of those? Because kids right now they're watching, the new version of the Powerpuff Girls and it's awful. So are they gonna
They
grow
made
up
a
and start
new
making shows like
Powderpuff
that?
Girls.
Yes, they
It's
did.
not good. It's not good.
Uh.
They twerk and stuff.
Ah,
Did you say they twerk? Google.
Anyway, and I don't care what anyone says.
in
If you
what
think the live action
context do they
Avatar
twerk?
movie, they dance and they twerk with a panda or something. I don't know. I saw people being mad about it. But
It's
I don't
hot.
care what world you live in. Avatar, the live action movie, is not good. So that's
Man,
my
fuck
final
off.
remark.
It's not that.
Dude, I hope this one blows up so people get pissed at you.
Yeah,
I
everybody's
don't
gonna
think
be like,
it's that
man,
bad, man. I
All
don't know
right.
why you guys give it so much hate.
So now for my
You're gonna
closing
get death
remarks.
threats.
I
James
just-
Cameron's gonna like
I
me.
just want to say, like, cartoons, they all started off with like a violent nature, and now they've seemed to like go with like an educational sort of vibe with some of them, but then some of them are just like senseless and random. So
We had educational ones like Dora the Explorer and stuff.
well, yes, but nowadays a lot of them seem to be more educational because parents are butthurt about violence on TV and all that shit. So yeah, basically what I'm going to say now is be sure to check out the JoeHawk TV store, link in the description below, and make sure you tune in next week for our next episode. We love you guys. See you later, alligators.